Welcome. It is Sunday, and it is time to duel. That sounds so goofy when I say it. But yeah, that was Nico Vega with the song called The Beast, or Beast. The thing is, I like the song. That particular version, though, I'm not a huge fan of, because I had to use a clean version, because this is a family-friendly show for the most part. But I gotta tell you, the original album version, which is not clean, but only a few times, vastly superior to the one you just heard. But it's a good song, very good song. Some of y'all may actually recognize that song from a video game that it was in not that long ago. Well, it wasn't really in the video game, but it was used to promote the video game. I'll let you all try to figure that out. Anyways, it is Sunday, October 7th. So we're already a week into October, which is good, I guess. I don't know. I mean, man, I'm already sleepy. I was up at like, gosh, I think I woke up at like 4:45 this morning, but I stayed in bed for a while and actually dozed off again, and then I finally just got out of bed at like 6:30, 6:45. And then ended up going to the store because I went to the store the other day, but I forgot to pick something up specifically, so I had to go all the way back, which isn't fun. Because I don't, as many of you all know, I don't have a car. So, yeah, whenever I go to the store, I gotta hoof it, man. I gotta get the Batamobile going. That's feet. Anyways, but yeah, I gotta get that going if I want to actually go out and get some grocery shopping done. So I try to only go like once a week. It's not that far of a walk. I think round trip it's like 3.5, 4 miles. So it's not that bad. Some of y'all may hear that and be like, oh my god. But for me, dude, when I was a teenager, I walked everywhere. I walked everywhere. So it was not unusual. Growing up, it was not unusual for me to walk several miles to certain places that I wanted to go. It was just normal for me. So doing it now as an adult, a bit more painful because I'm old. And you know, the joints aren't that good anymore. Muscles are fine. Muscles feel great actually after a nice walk, but yeah, the joints, ooh, they don't like that. Not bad. They don't like it at all, man. Yeah, not bad. It's not bad at all. I actually don't mind the walk. It gives me a chance to get outside and go for a walk, which is good for you. You know, the older you get, you gotta you know, gotta go out and get some walks, man. What's it? Card trader selling a synchro card. Yes, he is selling a synchro card. In fact, let me jump over there. But yeah, he's selling that Gigantic Castle, I think it's called. It's a 9-star, and I've actually already gotten it out a few times. Hey, Dan. I've already got a couple of copies, so that's more than enough for me. I think anything more than 2 is kind of a waste, but hey, it's your gold. If you want to get 3 of them, go right ahead. It's probably not in here for me today. It has been in here the last couple of days. But yeah, there were some new cards here, and unfortunately, none of the new cards are showing up for me. Well, that stinks. Huh. Yeah, none of the new stuff is showing up for me. That's unfortunate. And I don't think I really need anything from his regular inventory right now. Yeah, I have been spending some of my gold. I think last week I was at about 1 million, or just about under a little bit under 1 million gold. So I have been buying some cards. So, yep. But I don't really need anything right now. So first things first, let me go ahead and open up the duel room. Again, weekend, fun duels, fun decks. Let us please not use any cancerous decks, because yeah, those are not fun to watch. They're boring, and yeah. After yesterday's yesterday's thing, if I will listen to you guys a bit more. If you tell me it's a cancer deck, then I am more likely to just end the duel. Because, as I've said before, it's not entertaining. I mean, if you want to use that deck in like ranked duels just to troll somebody, have at it. But yeah, it doesn't make for good TV or good streaming. So yeah. Oh no, I don't want to do that. Create room. Well, there was a guy that I mean it was a good deck, and it was very much a troll deck. And the guys kept telling me on the stream, they're like, just quit, dude, just quit. And I was like, no, 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 I'm going to see if I can do something, which I almost was able to do. But yeah, he basically just takes the absolute longest way around to deck you out. All he does is he basically keeps, I think it's Swamp Frog. He gets Swamp Frog on the field. He then brings out Treeborn Frog. No, this was something else. Then he brings out Treeborn Frog, tributes it for Tiva, and when you tribute summon Tiva, your opponent is unable to attack or declare an attack the next turn. So he basically just keeps doing that. He uses Swamp Frog. He gets Swamp Frog out there. He brings back Treeborn once it's already in the graveyard. He tributes for Tiva, then uses Swamp Frog's ability to return Tiva to his hand, and then ends its turn. And since you can't... And he just keeps doing that every single turn. Because every turn, his Treeborn Frog will keep coming back. He'll keep tributing for Tiva. He'll keep returning Tiva to his hand using Swamp Frog. So basically, you just keep going until you deck out. Yeah, it was really boring. And yeah, it was terrible. I was like, come on, man. Don't be bringing that stuff here. That may be fun for you, but that ain't fun for the rest of us. For the other, it's not fun for me. It's not fun for my handful of viewers. We're all kind of bored. It's like, ugh. But yeah, like I said, if you want to use that in ranked duels, go right ahead, man. Yeah, he used that Sword of Deep-Seated. And I actually remember that card from... I remember that card from the TCG. Yeah, Turner was like, yeah, we kept changing his channel. Yeah, Turner actually, it was Turner, Bonilla, Trax, a whole bunch of people. They changed the channel and then came back like 15 minutes later and I was still in the duel. Because I was doing my own stalling, so it was just like, okay. It was just all kinds of weird. Yeah, it didn't make for good TV. There's your room number, guys. Oh, I should put that over here so this goes to everybody. There. It's like Groundhog Day. Okay, well, there's your room number. I don't know. Oh, I was smart. I finished my dual-a-thon thing for the day. I didn't wait till the last minute. I don't know who to use this time around. Well, let me see. What do I have on Crow?
Crow will solve all your problems.
I'm sure you will, Crow. It's weird. He looks like he's 10, but he's a little roided up. You ever notice that? Seriously, he looks really, really young, but check out those guns he's got, man. It's like he was 10, but he found his dad's roid stash and just went insane. Alright, let me see what Crow has. What deck are you using Gigantic Castle in? In the roid deck. Oh, he's using just a thrown together beatdown deck. But yeah, I'm using just the Roid deck on Leo. Like here's the Roid deck, and like I said, it's basically a Roid deck with synchros stapled on. But yeah, this is it. And then here's the Gigantic Castle guy. In fact, since I have a second one, I'll put that in. I'll take this out. So yeah, I actually do. I have been able to get this guy out, and I've been able to get this guy out too. But yeah, I use this, the Courage and Strength ability, and just a standard Roid deck, or my standard Roid deck. But it works. I have been able to get it out. Oh, that's just, I just threw that in there a while back and just kind of left it in. Yeah, I'm hoping for more synchros. I'm actually hoping, I kind of want to build a deck to get this guy out. I guess I could build it. I'm being a little lazy though. Yeah, I could probably build this and I could probably get this guy out, but I'm being lazy. Because he's really not that hard to get out. It's just one tuner and one or more non-tuner normal monsters. That's the catch, as it has to be a non-effect. So a normal monster. So yeah, it all depends how you build it, I guess. Earthbound immortals will break the game. Who knows? Maybe they will. Maybe they'll save your bacon. Well, are you ever going to change the thumbnail? That thumbnail's not that old. It's only been on there for 3 days or 3 streams. The other thumbnail was on there forever, man. I like leaving that thumbnail on there because I know it teases Benia. Every time Benia sees it, he's like, talking about me, aren't you? Make a blue ice white dragon deck with a new support. I probably could. Ah, no, go away, Chloe. You know that Benia guy. Oh, Benia's one of my regulars. He's been around for a while. And he knows I like teasing him. I've gotten him pretty good a couple of times. Like I also got him with Luna. I got him here.
Come on, let's
There you
win
go.
together.
See, Luna, Benia's girl. And that's how you spell Benia, not the way you guys are spelling it. This is Benia. B-O-N-I-L-L-A. That's Benia. I know it sounds... I mean, y'all are spelling it phonetically, which I guess is okay, but this is actually the way it's spelled. It's got the 2 L's in there. But yeah, that's his girlfriend.
It's my dream to be the king.
It's my dream to be the king. Well, I'm going to buy a quick pack, because why not? And then I'll head into the room and we'll get things going. How about that? I'm still banging on this darn box. Y'all were here yesterday when it gave me the stupid tree again. Damn tree, got 5 of those stupid things. I still have my dream ticket. I still haven't gotten it. Or turned it in, I guess. Oh, nothing out of this one. Giggy, giggy, giggy. So you introduced silent voice to your missus last night. She was in tears at the end of it. She is now watching. Oh no! Dude, make sure you buy a box of tissues for her, dude. A box of tissues and some chocolate. Oh man, you cursed her to Clenad. How could you? Oh my goodness, man. I think that, seriously, shows like that need to come with a warning. Like, have you ever heard of this? There's this show that's on Netflix. I'm pretty sure you guys have it in the UK too, because it's a Netflix original. It's called 13 Reasons Why. And apparently the entire show, I've never seen it myself, but the entire show is based around the suicide of some guy or something. And it's one of those hardcore tearjerkers, like rip your heart from your chest kind of shows. And there was actually some news things going on where apparently some girl watched it and she was so upset by it that she actually tried to commit suicide. Ugh. Man, I get it. I'm not knocking the art. I get it. It's fine if you want to make that type of show. That's great. But you have to understand that with some of your work, it's going to elicit a certain level of emotion. And that's why I'm comparing Clenad to 13 Reasons Why. Because it like I said, it will rip your heart from your chest. It's a hard show to get through. But anyways, let's not talk about depressing things. Let's go and play some duels. Okay, so Scar Kid and Bluscabar. Alright, Scar Kid is evens, Bluscabar is odd. It is odd, it's a 3, so I gotta face Bluscabar first. Oh, speaking of Bluscabar, I don't know if y'all were here today, but Bluscabar donated yesterday. Just want to recognize him for that. He did drop a couple bucks my way, I appreciate it. It should be there on your screen too, yeah. But Bluscabar, I mean, you see the $1 from him, but then there was another one. He put another donation in, which was nice. So look at that, guys. Bluscabar is ripping it up while you guys are just, I don't know. Dude's over here donated. Look at that. See, there you go. Now you see it on your screen. $2. And you're thinking, it's just $2. Hey, dude, it really is true, man. Every buck counts, man. And I do try to use that money. Like I said, every time you all pass me a couple bucks, I try to use it for the game, opening packs or whatever. $2, exactly, dude. $2 is $2, man. Hey, Jaren. Oh gosh, I already got my little remote, but oh yeah, I don't know about this. Yeah, the only downside is that since I play on Steam, the minimum amount that you can buy via Steam is $5. Are you sure about that? He's like, no. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go at you with my submarine because that's what the Roid does. Yeah, pound is worth more. The pound has more value currently. In fact, the pound has been more valued than the US dollar for quite some time now. Simply because the controls that the UK keeps over their money is a little tighter. Well, yeah, Brexit's going to be a little weird. I don't know how that's all going to work out, dude. That whole Brexit thing, man, oof. You guys are having a hard time with that. I had this feeling that Theresa May was going to screw it up. What's this? You have no cards in your extra deck. Target one face-up tributed summon monster. Its effects also it's unaffected by effects of cards other than this card. Okay. He's almost always there. I remember him being there pretty easily. Because of the meme band. Yeah, I don't know, but I mean, I don't get it. I mean, I mean, it's partially. Oh, again, to answer Callum's question, Callum, the security guy is a standard duelist. So whenever you're like a regular standard duelist, like Chloe and all those little guys that just kind of come around whenever, he's among them, but he only shows up in 5Ds. So, yeah, if he doesn't show up there, then, yeah. Well, see, that's the thing. Everybody was talking about, we want our memes. The weird thing is that EU ban actually lets you continue to make memes. It lets you continue to use them, so it's not about memes. But anyways, yeah, that whole thing just, it was one of those, it was kind of like, okay, the Brexit in the UK is kind of like what happened with us here in the United States with Donald Trump. We thought it was a joke. We thought, oh, it's never going to happen. They're never going to do it. You know, all of their crap. You know, and so we just didn't pay much attention to it, thinking that it's simply not possible. And guess what? It happened. So yeah, it was pretty crap. You know, again, one of those situations where you just don't, you never expect that it's going to happen, and then suddenly it's like, holy crap, that really happened. And so now you all have to deal with it. I mean, because Brexit, wasn't the Brexit vote, it was like, it barely passed. It was like 51% or something like that. You know, it's can't wait to go. Actually, you can't, Moni. That was addressed. They made it very clear that with all that stuff they did, that memes are still considered safe, so you can still use them. But yeah, that was the whole thing. I remember hearing about that, Dan. I thought it was kind of hilarious, but at the same time, I'm thinking, well, you know, we did Trump, so it's not like we're, you know, let's face it, the UK laughed at us big time for getting Trump in there. So we're going to make fun of you guys for doing Brexit. Because you could, I mean, Brexit has, you know, it could pretty much decimate the UK economy, man. Because it's going to make things really weird there now. That was the whole idea of being part of the EU, is that, you know, you all allow the passport thing where you all can just kind of go. It's like crossing the street, you know. You could basically cross the street from France to Germany, and as long as you've got your passport, it's all good. You know, that was part of the whole thing with the EU. And of course, there was financial benefits. But yeah, man, that just, ugh. I don't know, man. I'm actually a little worried for the UK. I really am. Because all those people who didn't vote, and then suddenly they're like, wait a minute, you mean this really passed? And everybody's like, well, you should have voted. Well, can we do it again? That's not how it works. Northern Ireland is going to have a border control like the US-Mexico border. Maybe. Ireland's on their own, though, right? If I remember correctly, Ireland's on their own. So yeah, that whole situation is just insane, man. But we're going through some insanity here too. It's just, ugh. Just big time insanity. Ireland is an independent country. Northern Ireland is part of the UK. Oh, I see. Okay. Well, that makes sense too. Yeah, all those little, because there's a lot of little countries in that area where, you know, some, like I know some countries are part of, you know, they're part of the UK, and some of them are not. Some of them at one point were. Well, I mean, half the world was part of the UK at some point anyway. But, but yeah, I know all that stuff was all kinds of weird there. But yeah, we were talking about you earlier. You missed it. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not even paying attention to the duels. I'm just completely enamored with chat right now. And besides, nobody's even in the duel room anyway. You're welcome, USA. Well, hey, let's not don't get a big head over that there now, Dan. We had to fight for our right to party. That war was pretty harsh, man. Yeah, man. The British soldiers were beating the crap out of Washington a lot, dude. And I mean George Washington, well, he was General George Washington at the time, and then he became president.
Who's on the mightiest team in the game? Me.
Did I read about Germany wanting to expand its army again? Oh boy, here we go again. Oh boy.
5Ds all the way.
Yeah, I mean, well, the thing is, I think any time that Germany does anything with its military, everybody just kind of holds their breath for a moment, like, really, are you doing this again? because many people thought, well, after World War I, that Germany should have learned their lesson, and they really should have. But no, they were like, let's try it again. We get a do-over. That was their second Brexit. Dude, I mean, wars are going to happen, dude. It's just... Ugh. The only thing we can hope for when World War III comes is that countries like the United States and Russia and India and the UK are smart with their nukes. Because if we start slinging nukes around, it's the end of the world. You know? It's yeah. Because think of it this way. If even just a handful of nukes go off, that's going to change the weather patterns for the planet. Because the nukes we have today are not like the nukes that we dropped on Japan. The nukes that we dropped on Japan in comparison to the ones we have today are firecrackers. I mean, we have nukes now that can decimate, you know, just to kind of give you an idea, like New York City. It can decimate not only the entire city, but all the outlying areas too. I mean, it could completely annihilate it. And for those that would be unfortunate enough, climate-friendly nukes, good luck with that, man. And for those who were unfortunate enough to actually survive it, oh man, that would be bad. It'd be so bad. Pretty much, man. Pretty much. Well, there were reasons why the United States wanted to break away from Britain. Britain was taxing the heck out of the colonies. You got to be fair about it, man. They were taxing them like there was no business. And then when the United States was like, "Well, we don't want to pay all these taxes," they were like, "Okay, well, you don't have to pay the taxes, but anything you purchase, you have to buy from us." And so we were forced to buy things like sugar and tea from the UK only. We couldn't buy from the French. We couldn't buy from the Spanish, even though Spain, at the time, Spain owned all the area like down in Florida and all that. That was Spanish territory, and we couldn't trade with them. We were not allowed to. Yeah, that's true. America was like, because the UK paid a whole bunch of money to back up the United States. We weren't the United States at the time, but the colonies essentially they threw out a bunch of money to help the colonies kind of continue their way of life, and and then when the war was finally over. And the UK was like, okay, you need to pay us back now. The colonies, again, I keep saying United States, but after the war, UK's like, hey, can you help us out with some of this money now? And the colonies are like, nah, we're not going to give you any money. We're good. We're okay. Oh my God, what's with the 3 Aroma Gardens? So yeah, I mean, there's a whole bunch of stuff going on there. It was all kinds of insanity. And then the only reason the French even helped us was because they wanted to annoy the British. They just wanted to annoy the crap out of them. So that's why they helped us. The interesting thing is that Washington didn't even want to be president. He really didn't. He didn't want to be president. And they kind of talked him into it. That was the whole thing, is that apparently it took like a week or something to convince him to be the president. And even then they were like, well, what do we call you? Do we call you king or what? I was like, y'all can just call me president. Not even really that, because the people had no say in him being the president. The people that basically put him in office were like John Adams, Benjamin Franklin, John Hancock, all the guys, basically the founding fathers. They were the ones who just said, well, we need somebody to be the leader. Here you go. And nobody else really wanted to do it. And so they're like, well, hey, Washington, you're a pretty big figure. People like you. Why don't you be the president? And so, yeah, they eventually talked him into it. I think he's just making stuff up now. There was nothing having to do with him and an apple. There was nothing. Well, I don't play Assassin's Creed, so I don't know. Sorry. No response for Benio. What? What is your perspective in the American invasion to Latin America and taking land from Mexico? I'm trying to remember my history on that front. Taking land from Mexico? I don't think it was... If I remember correctly, it was not Mexico at the time. But I'm thinking back to the Alamo. If I remember correctly, Santa Anna, who was basically the general at the time, I think it was still... Yeah, I think it was still controlled by Spain at that point, wasn't it? We need that second channel of yours. The channel's there, man. The channel is there. I just, yeah. Was it Mexico at the time? Okay, yeah. Dude, it's been a while since I've read up on that. And I know that sounds kind of bad on my part because I'm all, you know, I'm from Texas, but you don't remember if it was Mexico. Dude, I don't remember. I can't remember all of our history, man. We've allied and betrayed so many people. We can't remember it all, man. Well, see, that's the thing. Here's the deal with that, is that Texas, or at least parts of Texas, were part of the Louisiana Purchase. And I mean, because we purchased a ton of land from Spain. I mean, pretty much all of the Midwest, like the middle of the United States, we purchased all of that. And we actually didn't pay that much money for it. And then I think, if I remember correctly, and I could be wrong, if I remember correctly, we bought it. We started to take control of it, and of course, we had to deal with the Native American problems. But then eventually, Spain came back and said, "Hey, we didn't ask for enough money for that piece of property, so we're just going to start taking it back." And that's kind of how the conflict kind of eventually became what it was. But yeah, there was a whole bunch of stuff going on there. It actually reminds me of the purchase of Alaska from the Soviet Union. Challenge again with Crystal Beast Slim. What's a Crystal Beast Slim? Dude, Trax, what is with that? Oh my god, do you all see that? Look at Trax's name. What is with the avatar, man? It's like a little pink puffball. What is that? That looks crazy. Well, there's nothing wrong with being pink. It's just different. He is gay. And Benia would know, because if Benia knows of one thing, he knows when someone's gay. Because you know what they say? It takes one to know one. Anyway. Yeah, Benia, you gotta remember, dude, it's 2018, man. There's absolutely nothing wrong with being gay now. Not that there ever really was. But, you know, how like 30 years ago people thought it was like this horrible thing. Was a joke moron? What's a joke moron? Okay. Thank you for that, for pointing that out there, Primal. I appreciate that. Yeah, there's a lot of history, dude. And I mean, I'll be honest, I really liked history. I really did. In fact, I remember taking history. I took U.S. history when I was in college. And I thoroughly enjoyed the class. I really did. Because we basically covered like 1750 to the Civil War. But it's so much information, dude. I loved it, but it was just a ton of info. Got an A in history. Dude, here's the thing. I remember when I was in college, is that of all the classes that I thought I would do amazing, because you know how it is when you're taking your classes, you kind of have an idea of how well you're doing. And the whole time when I was when I was taking U.S. history, I always felt I was like, hey, I'm doing really well, you know, because I was picking things up, I was acing the quizzes, all that stuff, and I thought, okay, certainly I'm going to get an A in this class. Nope, got a B. It was the one class in college I got a B in, and I was so mad. I was like, are you serious? How did I do this? How did I end up getting a B, man? But that's what happened. I ended up getting a B in that darn class. And the class that I thought that I was struggling in, or that at least I felt I was struggling in, which was C++, C++, I did really well. I got an A in that one. "12 classes of history." Well, it's good to have that anyway. It's good to have those historical classes anyway. I've got a bad feeling about what he's got back there, but I'm going to attack anyway. I think it's always good to know your history, or at least a good portion of it. Obviously, unless you're, you know, like a historian and that's your job, I don't expect everybody to remember every single aspect of their history, but at least the important stuff. Like for us here in the U.S., the important things that we remember are things like the Civil War, Revolutionary War, War of 1812, Cuban Missile Crisis, World War I, World War II. But I mean, I guess if we're talking specifically about the U.S., let me see. Yeah, I guess the Civil War would probably be the biggest thing. The Richard meme. C++ is programming. Yes, it is. Well, that makes sense too, because there's a lot of different architecture out there. You hate history? I really like history. I thought history was nice. Yeah, C++ is one of those old school programming. I mean, you can still use it. People still use C++ all the time. But it's not as fancy and awesome as some of the newer stuff like Python, you know. And I'm not knocking Python, it's just that it's one of the newer ones, you know. It is very true. I could agree with that. The Civil War being one of the worst. It is. Because, I mean, think about it. Only Americans died. Okay, well, mostly Americans. There were others that helped us out, like the French people and so forth. But yeah, it was bloody. It was horrible. I mean, it was just... Those were some of the bloodiest battles that the U.S. has ever seen. Even to this day, is some of the bloodiest battles that the U.S. has ever been involved in. It was just crazy. It suddenly just got quiet. Good duel, sir. I was waiting for my garden for a while, and then you killed my first garden. And then my second garden, yeah. No, I couldn't activate it from the grave. Benia, have you not read the card, Benia? Okay, Galaxy Cyclone, I activated it that turn. Okay, to get its secondary effect, cannot be activated the same turn that it is sent to the graveyard. Did you not read that part? Come on, man. Come on, man. You gotta know that. Since we're on the subject of history, another very well, I wouldn't. I mean, it wasn't so much bloody as it was just incredibly frightening. The Cuban Missile Crisis. I don't know if you guys, especially those of you not in the U.S., really know all that much about the Cuban Missile Crisis, but it was that time that us and the Russians said, "Hey, you know what? I don't think it's such a bad idea to end the world." That whole situation, oh my gosh. I remember reading about that. I've watched specials on it. Holy God, dude. You all, I mean, if you haven't studied that situation, and again, I know since you're not American or Russian, you probably didn't study it in school. Maybe you did. But that, it is probably the closest that the world has ever come to ending. It was so absolutely frightening. It was just, and I gotta tell you, man, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you, oh, America did all the right things, because we didn't. We made some huge mistakes in that whole thing. And if anything, there is a guy, I forget his name, I apologize, I forget his name, but it was actually a Russian commander on a submarine that was there in the area, and they were basically hiding out the whole time. They were there, and they weren't allowed to surface, and their batteries had gone out, so it was really, really hot in the submarine, and they couldn't get fresh air. People were getting mad and annoyed and angry, and they started hearing these little thump, 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 like little bombs going off around them. And they thought that the war had started, that the conflict had started. And so two of the other commanders on that same sub were like, hey, this must be it. The war started. We gotta do something. You know, we gotta launch our missiles, because they had missiles ready to go. And two of the three officers had already said, yes, we agree, we're going to launch our missiles. That third guy, who again, I can't remember his name, I apologize, but that third guy was like, no, absolutely not. We cannot launch our missiles. And these are nukes that I'm talking about. And they argued incessantly for hours until finally they all kind of calmed down. And that third commander said, okay, we need to surface, we need to find out what's really going on, because we can't just launch our missiles. I mean, you know, you're talking about the death of possibly millions of people. And so they surface, and they finally come to the surface, and they're surrounded by a bunch of American warships, and yeah, it turned out obviously that there was the war wasn't going on. Nobody had launched their missiles. But yeah, just because that one guy was like, no, I am not going to be responsible for the death of millions of people, it just, you got to hand it to him, man. That guy's a hero. He is. And yeah, he was a Russian during the Cold War, and I know the whole thing. Look at that, I'm ending my turn without even attacking. I'm not even paying attention to duels. But yeah, he was a Russian during the Cold War, but he is a hero. He really is. Gotta give it to that guy, man. Because without him, the world, who knows how far it would have gone. It could have been just the destruction of half of the U.S. and probably all of Cuba and parts of Russia. But again, you know, when that many nukes are going insane and going off, yeah. Well, it's not really political. This is more like a history thing. Benia, I'll approve your message. I don't know why it held that, but yeah, don't nuke Cuba. Oh well, no, but at the time, since Cuba was, because a lot of people don't realize this, but the missiles were there, and then the warheads showed up. So on Cuba, for a very short time, they had active nukes from the Soviet Union, and that's scary, man. That's frightening. So yeah, for a while, I mean, that's how this whole thing just got really, really crazy. It just, yeah, those things were ready to go. Well, I don't know, man. I actually just watched a special not too long ago that the whole, like, because this is the thing, is that for a while, one of the code words was teeth. And they kept asking, do the nukes have teeth? Meaning, are they armed? And it was confirmed several times that they were, in fact, armed. Because initially they moved them first. They moved the missiles in first, but not the warheads. And so they brought the missiles in first, and then, like I said, and then the warheads, and then they got everything put together, and there you go. You've now got an active warhead. So as far as I understand, then yes, that is, they did in fact have nukes that were there and ready. And even on the subs, they have those missiles on the subs too. Had a great grandpa. My grandfather was World War II. He was a cook. But yeah, he was still in there. Who bombed London? A German granddad who bombed London. It's not unusual, man. Not unusual at all. Hey, Cube. X. Cube X. Cube Tube. Ow! You Dinkelberg. Well, I can't do anything else now, can I? There we go. Who fought the Japanese and was part of D-Day? Are you sure about that? Because as far as I know, the people who were part of D-Day did not participate in the Japanese front. Because remember, D-Day was versus Germany. I mean, I guess I could be wrong. I mean, but as far as I understand, yeah, it just, it was different. I didn't even know that was a thing you either thought on a Japanese front or front and European front. What? But yeah, there was D-Day. That whole thing, that hope, when the Allies stormed the beaches at Normandy and all that stuff. But at the same time, I mean, because you got to remember, I mean, well, of course, again, if you're not American, you may not remember this, but we were fighting two wars. We really were. And so things got a little crazy for a while. We were obviously trying to help out the French and the British with the Germans. But at the same time, we were dealing with Japan, too. Yeah, they had their kamikaze fighters. They would purposely go and just, well, they wouldn't just immediately go and do that. What their orders, as far as I know, from what I've read in history, was obviously they'd go in, they'd fight. But then, if they had taken damage and they knew they were going to go down, Their order was if you know you're gonna go down, position yourself so that you can smack into a ship. But they didn't send them up specifically just to go and crash their planes. It was, yeah. Oh, Turner finally figured it out. It's like, oh, now I know what you're talking about. You just unlock Luna. Good job, dude. It takes time to unlock Luna. It really does. Dark World Dealings. You may have just done me a huge favor, man. Thank you for that draw. Holy crap. Yeah, you did me a huge favor with that Dark World Dealings. You basically threw a Bergamot into my hand there. You don't know how to use them? What do you mean? Like as far as what decks they're using and that sort of thing? What? How, who, what? Stardust! I have no idea who you are. Actually, let me not play with the Arrow Mage deck. Let me put in something a little easier for you guys, because the Arrow Mage is it's a strong deck. Let me throw something in that's a little more fun. How about?
You can count on me and my Viacroids.
How about Masked Heroes?
What it takes to be a pro.
Yeah, that's right. I'm bringing Masked Heroes. You got a problem with it? I'm kidding. This isn't Masked Heroes. Aw, I was gonna face Stardust. Oh, still getting used to the deck? Yeah. Oh, there you are. Wait, where'd you go? Ah! Okay, I'll stay there. Arrow Mage is pretty good. It can hang in there. It's, you know, it's not a perfect deck, obviously, but it can hang in there. Yeah, but able to gain a lot of life points, but they can also get big, you know, big attackers out there.
Duel!
Moni, do you play carrots in that deck? I don't think I remember seeing a carrot. What is this? What is this? We're not running for hires today, dude. What is this? Cubics, you need to know better than this, dude. You know we're not running furs today. What are you doing, man? Cubics, seriously, dude, what are you doing? What are you doing, man? I thought you knew better than that, dude. I'm not gonna duel that. You having fun playing for hires? You can make another deck, dude. If you manage to somehow cobble together a fur hire deck, you can make another deck. I'm sorry, but it's true. Come on, man. Just throw together anything. You know what some people have been doing? Is just using auto-created decks. In fact, well, Arrow Mage isn't meta. That's why I was using mine earlier. It's not considered meta. It's not. I mean, it's a good deck, but it's not considered the top tier anymore. At one point, it was, but not anymore. Same thing with this. Like this deck, it was considered top at one point, but not anymore. It's still a good deck, though. Yeah, use Arrow Mage, man. Again, Arrow Mage, very solid deck, but it's not considered top right now. Yeah, Dan pretty much listed meta right now. Vamps are pretty good too. Vamps are... Would you... Well, let me ask Dan. Dan, would you consider Vampires as meta? Because they are a good deck. It really is. Yeah, Insectors, again, not a meta deck, but they are very good. They can work really well. In fact, yeah, I played the Vamps are meta. Okay. Well, there you go. It's been agreed upon at this point that Vamps are meta. So now you get Amazon UA, Masked Heroes, For Hire, and Vamps as meta. Let's see, what are we doing here? I guess I'll do this. Yeah, that's the same reason why I don't ask you guys to face my Amazons. Heck, even on Meta Mondays, I don't really bring Amazons that much. What was it? Meta Monday, what was I using last time? I think I was using Arrow Mage last Meta Monday. But the good thing about that was that you guys were bringing your meta decks, and I was able to run Arrow Mage against it, so it gave me some experience there. But there were a couple of times where y'all were just absolutely annihilating me. Like those, I think I faced 2 Masked Hero decks, and y'all just demolished me with them. Amazons are a little boring, but it works. It really does work. Same thing with Fur Hires. I don't like playing Fur Hire, but the deck works. Yeah. Ooh, what's this guy? Ooh, Gadget Hauler. I applaud... Who am I playing here? I don't even remember who I'm playing. I applaud... Oh, I'm playing Starling. That's right. I applaud you for actually running a Leo-esque deck. This is very much a Leo deck. So that's cool. Gotta do it, man. Again, I applaud you for using your Gadget Hauler and all that, but I gotta get rid of it. I am looking at your game, man. I see it. Look at me. I am the captain now. I can duel you cubics after this one. I'm facing Starling right now, but I've got a pretty big advantage, so this may not last very long. Oof! I can hear my food, or hear my food. I can smell my food cooking. And you're all like, "What? You're cooking?" I'm cooking beef stew, man. 420 areas. What's going on, dude? I'm cooking beef stew, and I'm slow cooking it. So yeah. Good duel, Starling. But again, I applaud you, Starling, for seriously. I'm not being a jerk about this either. But yeah, you're running you're running Leo's deck. That is pretty much his deck right there. That's pretty nice. Watching the Lions game. Oh, are they already playing? Oh yeah, it's already 12:30. Oh, I think Stardust wanted to face me, Carp. So let me switch out of this one. Well, at the same time, if I face his Arrow Mage, I don't want to face it using Arrow Mage, because that's kind of boring. I'll stick with this deck. What the heck? We'll use this deck. It'll be Plants versus Plants, but it'll still be kind of interesting. What am I cooking? I'm cooking beef stew. Homemade beef stew. And the way I like to cook homemade beef stew is I let the meat sort of simmer on 2 or 3 on the stove, and I let it sit there for like 3 hours so that the meat gets real nice and tender. And then pretty much after I get done with the stream, I'm going to go chop up my carrots and my potatoes and put them in. But I always put the carrots in first because the carrots take a little bit longer to cook than the potatoes do. The carrots take about a good hour at the temperatures that I use. The carrots take about a good hour to get nice and soft, and the potatoes take about 40 minutes. So I put the carrots in a little sooner.
Duel.
Oh, and Andre's asking for the duel room. A quick note, Andre, we're not using meta decks today, or tier 1s. These are basically just kind of sort of fun decks. Some of these are pretty competitive decks, though. So just, you know, kind of keep that in mind. Oh, gosh. Ugh. Might as well. Might as well just go out and do it. Dude, beef stew is so tasty. It's even better during the winter. Don't waste your wall on that. I was going to say, yeah, don't waste wall on that, dude. Eat the 19 and hope that you draw something good here. Oh, you bricked? Ugh. I've had the brick with the arrow mages too, man. In fact, my hardest brick was I got 2 gardens and 2 bergs to start. And then I drew into another garden. So yeah, that was bad. How to summon Stardust Dragon? He's not that hard. In fact, what is it? It's just 1 tuner and then 1 non or 1 plus non-tuner monsters. He's pretty easy to get out. The only thing is people run him in, what is it, dragon decks because he benefits dragons a bit, I think. Like, I'm trying to remember exactly how he runs. Oh man, do I want to do this? I kind of want to. Well, what the heck, we'll do it. No. Actually, let's play it safe. I'm going to play it safe. I'm going to give you 1 more turn. I'm going to play it safe. Let's see if I can get you to burn your wall back there. Oh, widespread. Okay. Actually, I would have used the widespread first turn. Okay, that would have made sense. I thought it was a wall you had back there. But yeah, Stardust Dragon is just a synchro summon, dude. It's a standard synchro summon. Like I said, I think it's just 1 tuner plus 1 non-tuner, or one or more non-tuner monsters. Sure, why not? You're welcome, Reyes. Everybody here is pretty helpful. Most of us here are pretty helpful. So if it wasn't me helping you out, it probably would have been Buscabar or Turner. Or pretty much all of us are. All my regular people that I have here, we're all pretty helpful. Oof, I'm going to eat some damage here. I'm going to take, what, 2k? Oh, ow, that hurt. Bad thing about this is I don't know if I have a way to get rid of that big monster with this deck. I don't think I'm going to have to chance it. This is all, well, yeah, I'm going to have to chance it. I'm going to have to flip this. And I'm going to have to hit 5 cards and hope that I get a Martial Leaf. Because if not, then I'm in trouble. Oh, thank you, God! Whew, okay. Yeah, that was luck. Leo versus Crow. Trying to summon RRD is kind of difficult because the tuner needs to be level 3. There are some level 3 tuners out there, though. Like the Remoten, I think it's what it's called. The Remoten from Leo is a 3-star. What row? Is that a... Okay. I'm thinking that he has a floodgate back there. And he was thinking about activating. Or maybe a Paleozoic. Okay, he's going to save it. Yeah, you've got another turn, so that's actually not a terrible move. There you go, Morphtronic Remoten. He's a 3-star. And you get 2 copies with the Leo's ability. And you also get the Power Tool Dragon. Ooh, he's going all out now, just setting everything. I,
1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. 12. 13. 14. 15. 16. 17. 18. 19. 20. 21. 22. 23. 24. 25. 26. 27. 28. 29. 30. 31. 32. 33. 34. 35. 36. 37. 38. 39. 40. 41. 42. 43. 44. 45. 46. 47. 48. 49. 50. 51. 52. 53. 54. 55. 56. 57. 58. 59. 60. 61. 62. 63. 64. 65. 66. 67. 68. 69. 70. 71. 72. 73. 74. 75. 76. 77. 78. 79. 80. 81. 82. 83. 84. 85. 86. 87. 88. 89. 90. 91. 92. 93. 94. 95. 96. 97. 98. 99. 100. 101. 102. 103. 104. 105. 106. 107. 108. 109. 110. 111. 112. 113. 114. 115. 116. 117. 118. 119.
Man. Kinda have to do this. Oh, he put one... There's one down there that I think is arrows? Oh, Cosmic Cyclone. Ah, darn. Good duel, sir. I admit, I openly admit, I got lucky with that Martial Leaf. Because I already had him, I had already used a Martial Leaf. But it was really my only move. My only move was to flip that. My only option was to flip my mushroom at that time. So yeah, that was a very lucky draw. That was heart of the card stuff right there, man. How to get Leo, I forget. Leo! Ooh, gosh. Doesn't he automatically open up like his missions for him to get him? Don't they open up at like stage 10 or something? I can't really remember. I don't remember. Stage 10 and 11? Oh, okay. There you go. The pee-pee poo-poo man. The funny thing is, I remember this person. I remember the pee-pee poo-poo man. I've seen him before. Okay, let's see. Oh, Buscabar was waiting. Okay. Do you want me to face you with this Sylvan deck, or do you want me to use something different? I can use something different. In fact, I think I will. I'll use this other deck. And you faced this one before, so it'll be familiar to you.
I must hone my skills.
Any deck? Okay, well here, I'll use this.
Let's go.
Skyba. Let's see. I have 11 monsters and 20 card deck, and I got 2 monsters and 7 cards. It happens, man. It happens sometimes. Alright, Buscabar, here we go. Oh my goodness. I think somebody in my building is cutting onions. I sincerely think that somebody's cutting onions, because my eyes are hurting me now. And I think I can smell onion. And I don't use onions in my cooking. I just don't. I'm sorry. I know most of you all love onions. I cannot stand onions. I just can't. Ugh. I gotta read this. I don't know what this card does. Pay 2,000 life points, then add 1 level 4 or lower monster you control. For the rest of this turn, after this card resolves, you cannot special summon monsters. Also special summon 2 monsters from your deck with the same type, attribute, and level as that monster, but with different names from each other and that monster. You cannot conduct your battle phase the turn you activate this card. Oh, wow. So that's one way to flood the field, huh? And then he's going to put some backfield. Is it Boojins? Yeah, it is Boojins. I don't see a lot of Boojins. That's nice. Wow. I don't have a... Garlic is actually okay. The one thing I don't like about onions is that whenever you cut them, obviously the stuff goes into the air and it just makes it just nasty. But not only that, but the flavor is terrible. Well, to me, the flavor is terrible, and the consistency of the actual onion when you try to eat it, it's just, ugh, I hate it. Boojin new meta. I mean, garlic smells okay. I don't like a really strong garlic smell. I don't like that. But a light garlic smells pretty good. Like, I love garlic bread. And I love garlic in pastas. I just don't like to overdo garlic. How do you feel about garlic in the bedroom? Only to keep out the vampires. Oh, heck yeah, it is. I only really like to get takeout if there's, you know, if I really just don't want to cook. Decisions. Kind of have to do this. I gotta get some sort of advantage here. I gotta read each of these now. Gosh. You can special summon this card from your hand. Face with defense once per turn. During the end phase, Boojin cards added to your deck. Okay, I'm gonna draw one card. Ugh. There are all kinds of weird effects. Garlic and rank PvP. Ow! Dude, I had that happen to me once in ranked. And in gold, no less. I completely bricked my hand, and I lost to a 30-card deck, and I was like, really? Come on. I have no idea who this person is, but I guess I'm going to face them. Wall of Boojins. Yeah, I don't see Boojins enough. I'm not familiar with their effects. I'm familiar with that 119 attacking Boojin. That's it. Okay, I guess this person is a ghost. The Lions are winning 14. Who are they facing? I forgot who they're facing. Oh, they're facing the Packers, aren't they? Oh. The Packers, man, I don't know what's up with them this season. They just don't look solid. Even with Aaron Rodgers, they just, I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on. They just don't seem like something's not right there, dude.
Duel.
Yeah, I mean, I think maybe it's because Jordy Nelson's not there anymore. Maybe that's it. Because Jordy Nelson and Aaron Rodgers, dude, they just went so well together. And then Jordy left, and ugh. $5. Okay. You better activate it. Or not. Do I have blue eyes in this deck? No. I actually don't. No, I do not have blue eyes in this deck. This was, when I made this, I wanted it to be more of just a mountain-esque deck. And that's what it eventually became. So it just so happens that obviously dragons benefit from mountain. So yeah, it's not strictly speaking a dragon deck, because there are other cards besides dragons in here. Good duel, sir. I'm going to assume that they bricked a bit there. I mean, they had the 2 Cyclones, which helps, but I don't think they were getting any monsters. Well, Red Eyes has some pretty decent support, too, with the Red Eyes Insight and all that stuff. I mean, both of them have pretty good support now in Duel Links. And this latest one, obviously, was... I don't know who Yugi is, but I guess I'm facing them. The latest box gave Blue Eyes a lot more support. Ow! Chaz Princeton with a side deck, or I'm sorry, not a side deck, a fusion deck. Ugh, this is not a great starting hand. Ooh, hey Lewis. Just doing a duel room. Fun decks today. On the weekends we always do fun decks. Ouch! Hey, Mike. What's going on, man? Max Warrior. Oh, I remember this one. Okay. Gotta read this thing again. If this card attacks an opponent's monster is 400, if this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle until you're next to my face, this card's level becomes 2 and its original attack. Okay, gotcha. Grind section or grind session? I'm gonna think you mean session. Ghost Dan is back. Whew. That was a good one. Okay. Oh, man. He's got 2 in hand. I have to get rid of that stupid ride. And I don't like having so many tributes in my hand. It sucks because I started with 2 tributes. So as you can see, this is not a dragon. This is a winged beast. But again, he benefits from Mountain. And he's essentially a 1 tribute 3000 attacker because he gets 3000 attack when he attacks. Thank you, Lewis. Although I've been I'm kind of half and half. I'm like at 50% today, which is not unusual. When I do the weekend duel rooms, it's you know, you're facing so many different types of decks because the thing is we don't on the weekends we don't run metas. We don't run Masked Heroes or Amazons or any of the higher tier decks. We generally try to stick with our fun decks, and that's kind of what this is. So yeah, sometimes I do really well, and other times not so well. But I think it's kind of neat because, again, this guy's, yeah, he's running a Blue Eyes deck. Or at least it feels that way. Maybe not. Hold on. Protector with Blue Eyes. I gotta check your... Hold on. What is going on? I thought it was Roids, because he does have a couple of Roids, but then I saw this guy... And this guy, okay, this is a little weird. I'm not really certain what he's running now, though. Maybe he's doing a synchro sort of thing? I don't know, because, I mean, I'm not really certain what he's running. Maybe it's just kind of a mishmash. I don't know. You want to test a deck? Sure, if it's not meta, you're more than welcome to come into the room. In fact, here, I'll throw the room number in there for y'all. Everybody's welcome to come into the room. But, yeah, the only thing that we ask is just, as long as you're not using your metas, your tier 1 decks, then yeah, that's fine. But yeah, obviously you don't see cards like Tiger Dragon in ranked very often. Oof. Oh, I see what he was doing. Okay, I just realized that's a tuner. Okay, that's why it's in the deck. Now I see what he was doing. Good duel, sir. He was trying to get. I'm curious. What tuner were you trying to go for? Were you going for the Azure Dragon? Thank you, sir. Opie, I don't think I've faced you today, have I? I don't think I've faced Opie. Here, let me... do I want to...
Nothing will save you from humiliation.
I'm trying to think of what other decks I could use that are at least somewhat competitive, but not meta. I mean, I've got a whole bunch of them, but I just, you know... Let's try... Let me look at GX. Oh, I know who I haven't used in a while. Here, I'll use Jaden.
My heroes are ready to throw down.
That's my I'm a loser deck. This is a fun deck. I don't do too well with it in the duel rooms, but it's still fun to play. Okay, Opie, you are here, so let's go ahead and get you going. Opie's probably going to kick my butt here, but it's still, you know, it's still a fun deck, unless he's a ghost. Uh-oh, I think Opie's a ghost. No! Oh wait, hold on, duel progress. There we go. Okay, good. Mostly ghostly. Harpy's Hunting Ground. Ooh, oh my gosh. Look at this. Oh, are you serious? Oh my. That, it's not a complete brick, but it is obviously not a great starting hand. I mean, because I could swap out one of these for a monster card and I'd probably be okay. But yeah, that's a pretty bad starting hand. Hey, Dark Dragon, what's going on, man? I pulled the Jaden brick. It's not a terrible starting hand, but like I said, it just, you know, if I could have switched out the poly or one of the controllers for a monster, then that could have helped. Harpies. Oh my gosh, Harpies. Harpies Hunting Ground's still pretty darn good. Yeah, if I don't draw a monster here, or at least a summonable monster, I'm in trouble. I'm probably gonna... Ugh. Not who I was really looking for. Of all the monsters that I could have drawn, this is the one that I didn't want. Yeah, I'm not gonna... This isn't good. Shut up. Shut up, Turner. Summonable monster. I was hoping for, like, my Woodsman, because at least he's got a decent defense, and he thins my deck. But, yeah, she's like, I can do it! I'm like, not you, though. Oh, Elegant Egotist. He's going all out for the my deck. That's nice, man. I don't think I've ever seen this animation. That's kind of neat. Got that Harpy Lady Sisters out. It's nice, man. Yeah, all I can really do at this point is just to react. I can't, yeah. Regulus. Oh, I see. That's where you're using him for the field spell. Okay, gotcha. That makes sense. Yep, I'm in pretty deep dookie here, man. Yeah, this is from Luna, if I remember correctly. Dude, I can't start with a hand like this and expect to win. Yeah. I just not doing well here. Yeah, I'm done. I'll be good sport now. I'll let Opie get his win. This is ugh. Yeah, I bricked pretty hard. That opening brick did not help. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, you saw it. You saw what I started with. That's bad. And the thing is, this deck doesn't really brick much. I mean, because even though it was technically a brick, I mean, 2 controllers, and what else did I get? 2 controllers and some other stuff. I mean, they weren't bad cards. Just when you start with 0 monsters, I mean, it's like you're already behind. Here, I'm just... I gotta make you work for it, man. Yeah, I can't stop anything else now. Here, in fact, I'll help this guy, and I'll give you some spike shield. There you go. Yeah, I kind of figured that was gonna happen. I didn't think I kind of figured I was gonna lose. I didn't think I was gonna lose that badly though. That brick, man. Oof, that's terrible. Dang it, Jaden. Now I want to switch out of this deck. I'm like, no, Jaden, we're not doing that anymore.
Let's get our game on.
Let me think. Who else can I use? Ooh. Oh, is it reset time? I'm showing a few seconds. Yeah, I haven't reset yet. Hey, Sam. Yeah, I bricked hard there, Sam. I bricked so hard. Yeah, reset time, Mike. Well, at least in my time, 1 o'clock or 1 p.m. my time, which is Central Time in the U.S., the game just resets. So like the Duelathon thing, it'll reset that, and it'll give you a login bonus, all that stuff. That's when everything resets, basically. But yeah, I haven't reset yet. And look, I still have all these darn tickets, and I still haven't used any. Let's see, till the 30th, till 31st, 19. Okay, yeah, these are good for a while. But I probably do need to get whatever this is. You got it, Mike. I do kind of need to spin this ticket, because if I keep putting it off, I'm going to just forget about it. I don't know what to get with it, though. That Gravity Blaster, that's an interesting card. Oh yeah, that's right, the Kidmodo Dragon. I did need that. If I wanted to build... Do you have a Hydra-Geddon deck? I do have Hydra-Geddons in a Dinosaur deck, where I run 3 Hydra-Geddons. And if I wanted to build that Blue Eyes deck that we were kind of sort of talking about earlier, I would need at least 1 more Kidmodo Dragon. So I'll consider that one. But that Gravity... Who gives the Gravity Blaster? Who drops that? Because if I'm not mistaken, all of these... Well, let me see. No, actually not all of these come from duelists. Because if I can't get the Gravity Blaster from anybody else, I'm going to get the Gravity Blaster and then just go back and farm Mokuba. If it's only ranked, okay, then Gravity Blaster. Yeah, then I'm probably going to go for that then. I got plenty of Metamorphs. I got 3 of these suckers. That's it. So Gravity Blaster is ranked only. Okay, so we're probably going to get Gravity Blaster then. Because I kind of want to try that out. But then again, there's also still Solemn Scolding. But yeah, I really want to try that Gravity Blaster. What's this? What is this thing? Phantom Magician. When this card is destroyed by battle, instead of the graveyard, you can special summon 1 hero monster with 1,000 or less attack from your deck and face-up defense position. Neo Parshath? Shut up, I'm not getting another Metal Wolf. No! Here, we'll get you Boobs McGillicuddy. Surprisingly, the American version of this card did not get edited. And I don't even mean in Duel Links, I mean in the TCG. She looks exactly like this in the TCG. Which is kind of amazing. Okay, we're getting Gravity Blaster before I have too much time to think about it. Because I really do want to try that card out. And I've got some machine decks that I could toss it into. Okay, why am I not resetting? Let me try this again. Yeah, I'm not... Okay, let me relog. It doesn't take long for my computer to bring it back up, so let me just relog real quick. There we go.
Yugioh Duel Links.
Mm-hmm. 20 gems. I don't mind those. I don't mind Dual Orbs. Oh, there we go. Now we've reset. Perfect. Okay. Good. What is... Come on, man. Let me see. What did I get? Oh, yeah. Dual Orbs. Hold on, Benia. And this is just all the reset stuff for the week? Okay. Okay, let's go Dual Benia, and then to end everything off, I'll buy a pack. I'll get 1 pack.
Allow me to share my pain with you.
There we go, now it's starting. You want me to fight you? I don't know, man. I don't have any boxing gloves anymore. In fact, I don't box at all anymore. Yeah, I can't take any more shots to the head, dude. I'll probably drop dead the next time I get a concussion. That's when you know you've had too many concussions, when the doc is like, dude, if you take another significant shot to the head, you're probably gonna die.
Duel.
That's what the doc said. Dude, I've had a lot of concussions in my life, unfortunately. I played a lot of sports when I was a teenager. Man. Just... Whew. And getting a real, like, a serious concussion, that... Oh, God, that... Yeah. I would not recommend it. You'll be able to duel me tomorrow, Dan. Alright. Yeah, with the meta decks. Oof. This is not going too well. See you later, Dan. Sam, if you just sit at a table, usually somebody will just come right out and do you. I'm just gonna troll him a little bit. There you go. Hooray! You've won the duel! Anyways, time to switch to another deck. I don't really like playing that deck anymore anyway. Let's see. I like his deck, but it's slow. Actually, let me go... Ooh, what was I doing? No, wrong thing, wrong thing. Hold on, come back. Nope, that's the wrong thing too. Here, we'll go here.
Nothing will save you from humiliation.
Where was I going? Oh yeah, this guy.
Get ready.
Fuzzy Kitty. So it's either Hombres or Kitty. I gotta roll the dice. Fuzzy Kitty is evens and Hombres is odds. It is 5, so that means I gotta face Hombres. Oh, Yubel. There are a couple of different ways. You can use Fire King Island to quote unquote destroy it from your hand. And then once it's destroyed, then its effect activates in the graveyard, and then you can bring out the incarnate, and then from there you can get the nightmare. Mr. Tran, I will give you the room ID. Keep in mind, Mr. Tran, we are running fun decks today. That means no masked heroes, none of the meta stuff. Ugh, this is not a good starting hand either. I like keep doing this to myself. But yeah, we're not running meta decks today. So no masked heroes, no vamps, no Amazons, no fur hires, none of that stuff. Ow! Get out of here, Jasmine. Well, I mean, you can make a deck yourself and it could still be meta. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like saying, you know, not every Amazon deck is exactly the same. Okay, that's another Jasmine. Ooh, it's popcorn. Surprised he didn't summon that. Yeah, well, field spell cards face up on the field. This card gains 1,000 attack. I guess he didn't want to take the chance. But yeah, this is a slightly different variation of the Arrow Mage deck that I've seen. I have seen people toss in a Popcorn. Oh, he's got a second one. Yeah, Popcorn does fairly solid in Arrow Mage. I don't use it myself in my Arrow Mage deck, but I've seen people use it. Good duel, sir. And let me see. What's his name has been waiting? Where are you? Not Seto. Where'd you go? Oh, you disappeared, man. I was gonna duel, where is he? Sam, I was gonna duel you, dude. Where'd you go? Oh, he's facing Benia. Or Sam, here, I'll sit at a table, Sam, and if you don't want to face... oh, was it Mike? Oh, it was Mike. Okay, I'm sorry, it was Mike. Okay, I'm at table 5, Mike. Got a bad hand? Yeah, I figured. Well, I mean, the Jasmine wasn't terrible. It just so happened that I had huge beat sticks on the field, and they were getting pumped up. So yeah, Jasmine's not terrible start, but. Oh, you can duel anybody. I mean, you don't necessarily have to wait for me. You can duel anybody in the room. Just don't duel Dan. Dan's a ghost. He's already told us he actually isn't in the game right now. He's just a ghost. You need a sec, duel someone else. Okay. I guess I'll face Seto. Where can you get... Popcorn is a card trader. If I remember correctly, is he an ultra rare? I'm trying to remember. I can't remember if it's ultra rare or... It's either ultra or super. I'm fairly certain it's ultra, though. But yeah, he's card trader.
Duel.
Didn't want to go first, but I guess I'm going first. This is one of those decks that I really do not like going first with. Simply because it's got a ton of beatdown monsters in it. Four-star Ladybug. Look at that tech. Could be. Got that revival jam going too. Jam the man. Haven't seen that since playing the TCG. I've seen a few people play Four-star Lady. I mean, it's a good card, and considering that there are so many others out there that run just almost exclusively 4-star monsters, it's a good card. It's very solid. No, no treacherous. Either that or he's waiting. A new level of Sylvan plays. You can make some very interesting decks with Sylvan cards, dude. I mean, I play a very basic Sylvan deck, so I'm not super fancy about it, but I've seen some really amazing Sylvan decks. Ouchie! Big shielder. Gold sarcophagus. Ooh, raw, okay. Oh, be quiet, Benya. You can't boast about a win if you were supposed to win in the first place. Exploder Dragon. Good duel, sir. I applaud you for trying to go for the raw, man. That dude's not always easy to get out. Tran, you can play. Yeah, I was about to tell you. Yeah, go play Benia. Benia's got an interesting deck, and Ombres is waiting too. So there's plenty of people to duel in the room. Where is Mike? I've been waiting for Mike. I think I might change to a different deck too.
My dinos made sure you're the one who's extinct.
Observe.
Yeah, this is another deck where I do not do well against you guys with. I do horribly with it. But I will be at table 5, Mike, whenever you're ready. Oh, you're in a duel? I don't see you in the room. Maybe he left the room for a minute. That's okay. I can go over here real quick. And let's get a pack. Because why not? Yep, I'm getting this again. Oh, now you're there. Well, I'm getting a pack first, man. I'm not going to get Horse, but I got to try to get it anyway. Horse is going to be the last card in this box. It's going to be last pack. There he is. Nope. Nothing there. There we go. It was one pack. And now I can go back to the room. Let's see. Fuzzy Kitty. I'm guessing that's you? I'm holding on to that $2, man. I got it. I'm gonna wait till it's like $10, and then I'll put $10 on Steam, and then we can get a bunch of stuff. Bring it. What am I bringing? You mean like the cheese dip? We having a party? Still no security guard. That's weird, man. That is really weird. Yeah, Mike, no watching the stream. I have to remind people of that, and they're like, I didn't do nothing. I'm like, sure you didn't. Oh, Dragon Treasure. Ah, don't worry about it. He may have just put the, maybe just put it aside or something. Oops. There we go. Enter. No, Spike Shield sometimes misses. Sometimes. I'm telling you, man, because you guys are very well aware of my fondness for Spike Shield. So my regulars, you all don't fall for that. You all do not fall for the Spike Shield. Kind of want to do this. Get aggressive. That's fine. Even if he doesn't attack, I'm gonna start wailing away here. No. This is not a Beast Warrior piercing deck. Although I did have a deck similar to that, but this is not exclusively that type of deck. Actually, I should have done that, and then I would have won. I was getting a little ahead of myself. Oh no! Grave Squima. Is he gonna take out my big beater Xarian? Yep. Might as well swing into the face down. Yeah, I've had people do that where they stay on and they keep watching the stream so they can see my hand. There's nothing I can really do about that. I can only just hope that people are at least a little honorable, and they'll be like, okay, let me at least close the laptop or whatever, just that kind of thing. That you are, sir. Blink. Good duel, sir. Yeah, I actually screwed up there when I rammed my swordswoman into his Des Dendy. I should have given the Dendy the spike shield, because then I could have ended the duel right there. He had no idea what you were doing. Okay. It's still a good game, sir. Don't worry about it. If you're still pretty new to the game, you'll get better. Oh, man. Well, guys, it is now 1:25 my time. And like I said, I have food cooking, and I gotta go tend to it, actually. The duel room's gonna stay open, though. So if you're in the duel room, yeah, keep dueling away, guys. For the newer people, again, I appreciate y'all coming and checking out the stream. Make sure you guys subscribe and click the little bell icon so that you're aware of when I do my streams. And just so you'll know, Duel Links is the only game that I play where I have an actual schedule. Pretty much Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, 11:30 a.m. Central Time, I do Duel Links, and then on Thursdays, I do an evening show at 5:30 p.m. On the weekends, excuse me, on the weekends, Saturday and Sunday, we do Fun Decks, which is pretty much what we're all showing right here. Mondays, we do have Meta Monday. And so that means you can play any deck you want. You can play Masked Heroes, Fur Hires, the hardcore decks, any of them that you want. You don't have to play a meta, but if you come in on Monday and you come into the duel room, just expect that you are probably going to face a meta deck. And then Tuesdays, we kind of just go by the seat of our pants on Tuesdays and just kind of figure it out. Thursdays is dedicated pretty much solely to me doing ranked duels. So yeah, that's what Thursday is. But on the weekends, if you just like playing the game for fun, on the weekends is probably the best time for you. Because like I said, we do the Taco Tuesday. Because we do, like I said, just fun decks on the weekends. But like I said, Meta Mondays, that's when the hardcore dueling starts. Tuesdays, we play it by ear. Sometimes if there's a new event, we'll focus on the event, that sort of stuff. If not, we'll just kind of play it by ear and figure something out. And again, Thursdays, all ranked duels for me. And following on what you guys had been suggesting, the last time, I think it was last Thursday, because everybody kept asking what deck I was using and wanting to see the deck, I will start putting a picture of the deck list on the stream. So as I'm dueling, if you had that question, what deck is he using, you'll be able to see it. What do you think the next event will be? Well, the next event, it's already in there. Yeah, it's right over here, sir. Duel Carnival. Yeah, it starts on the 9th. Which is, let me see, what's today? Today's the 7th, so in a couple of days. Actually, yeah, well, there you go. Duel Carnival. It's on Tuesday. Yeah, so Esperoba. And I guess it'll be okay. I've already got Roba and Jinzo and all that, but he's supposed to be getting some new cards and a new ability. So I guess we can dedicate some time to the Esperoba event. And we'll just see how that goes. But again, guys, I got to tend to my food here. It's been sitting on the oven for like 3 hours. But yeah, make sure you all subscribe and click the little bell icon. Check down in the description. We have links to our forums, our donations link. We also have our links to our Discord, which there's a lot of people in Discord now. So if y'all want, y'all can jump into Discord. We share deck ideas, all kinds of good stuff down there. We also make fun of each other, but in a good way. We don't just hate on each other. But again, guys, thanks for checking out the stream. And I will see you all tomorrow, 11:30 a.m. Central Time for Meta Monday. Until then, go watch some football, because it's on.